Christmas. Hello, my hopeMORE's family. This is Hope Dent, but for this particular moment, this is Mrs. Santa Claus. I am the younger new wife because Santa Claus changes his wife every few hundred years, and so he had to upgrade. He you take a little chocolate, or what they say, you go black, you can't go back. Well, little Saint Nick is doing what he does, which is usually eating and watching sports, while I, like every wife, good wife, I'm doing all the work and he's getting the credit. So I'm tired. I've been wrapping these toys, these bad old kids, and I got my naughty and nice list so far. Leroy and Chester, you're not getting anything. Not Chester Dimps. Chester Dimps gonna get everything. My nice list looks really, 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 I don't know. Who am I gonna put on the nice list? If I should put you on the nice list, let me know down in the comments. I think Anthony, Lisa, y'all, I'm so corny. Cianna. So Anthony, Lisa, and Cianna, y'all gonna get some gifts right now. So that's an end scene. So you guys, welcome to the hopeMORE's show. It feels like Santa Claus factory up in here. So what I need you guys to do, because this is a very special show. This is our first annual online costume party. Woo, woo. I am so excited. And in that tradition of costume parties, I asked different people wherever you are to send me pictures of you in costumes. I tried to bribe all my friends to join in to get on live with us. And I have two friends who are going to be coming on. Actually, in total, there'll be three. One is our featured guest, Mr. Anthony Lamar White, who wrote this book called A Long Goodbye. A Long Goodbye. Have you ever had a long goodbye? It's like, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. We're not talking about that kind of goodbye. It's a sad and comedic play that you'll hear more about because he's making a movie and he's going to need all of our help. But before we start that, we're going to have to show the parade of Christmas costumes. So I need you guys to shout out where you're from, where you're watching from, in the comments. Even if you watch this on the replay, because I watch every replay. I watch replays, I look at the new comments, and it's always encouraging. So what I need you also to do, if you are on Facebook or YouTube hopeMORE channel, that's lowercase HOPE, uppercase MORE, one word, because you only need a little bit of hope to expect greater. So that's where we have the hopeMORE. If you're on the Facebook, please share, go to your groups and like and share. I'm going to do that right now because sometimes I'm telling you guys to do stuff and I'm the last to do it. So share it because people need some Christmas cheer. Everybody's not happy during this holiday. Everybody doesn't have a family to go running to. So this is a great opportunity as our hopeMORE family to get together. So I need you to share. Please like my page. I'm trying to get my subscriptions up on my YouTube channel starting in January. There'll be some exclusive only for the YouTube channel because right now for every 100 views I have here, I got 2 views on YouTube. So on the YouTube channel, please click the bell so every time I come on, you hear and see me or our guests or hopeMORE. Because here at hopeMORE, we believe in elevation. Say elevation, elevation. And we are celebrating Christmore. We're calling it Christmore versus Christmas, both because during this season, it is all about Jesus, but sometimes he's the least that we talk about. Also, during this season, we could think about what we give to others, but I'm also hoping that this season we'll get more of Christ. And then, it's a cute quip that Christmas means Christ Mass and muss in Spanish is more. So we're doing the whole Christmore thing. So go ahead and do that. I'm still talking and it's hard to do it and talk at the same time. Here I go. Go ahead and put on your friends' feeds too, guys. Get your friends up. So let's see. Post. Wonderful, wonderful. So thank you, Lakeisha. Lakeisha was the first to say hello. Thank you for watching. Oh, hello, Mia. Thank you. Charlotte, North Carolina in the house. One of my best friends is a judge there. Shout out to Judge C. Renee Little. Avery Carter from the ATL. Thank you all for watching. So please just know that this is, more of a home party. We don't have no fancy caterers, and I've already had to fire my production team. Oh, that's right. It's the production team of one. Well, moving right along, I'm going to bring out some of my participants of this costume party challenge. Let's make a movie. And the first person I'm going to bring out is actually one of my fellow women and sisters-in-law. Not, she's not my fiance's sister. She's literally a lawyer. And we're also relatives. I don't know if she would claim me, but I'm going to bring her on, Miss Lisa Knox.
Absolutely. Hi. I'm claiming you. You're right. I am claiming you. So proud to be related to you.
Well, I didn't know. And so you're getting a little stuck, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens. I may even switch out internet because sometimes sister. Okay, here we go.
Hey.
So tell us okay, Lisa, before I have you come on and talk more, I'm going to go ahead and also bring Cianna Reaves on. Hello, sweetheart.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Lisa. Lisa, who made your character costume?
You know what? I had to think about it. I had to think about it. And you know who I think I bust costume as? The character, the neighbor from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Okay, we're not having a really good connection, but I'm gonna bring you back on. So I'm gonna remove you real quick. I suggested maybe you get out and try to come back on. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna bring you back. No problem. All right. And I don't even know. It may not even be you guys. I'm going to. Cianna, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good.
Okay. I mean, it may be my connection. Could you tell my Hope More family what your Christmas costume character, who that person is or is not, and what inspired you?
Oh, wow. So actually, I don't know if I'm a Christmas character, but I am wearing this hat that I've been wearing probably every Christmas now for the past few years, since 2017. This is the hat that my dad gave me one holiday when we were taking some pictures. So I've kept it since then, and I'm rocking it today.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a good thing to get from your aunt. So tell me, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie would have to be The Best Man Holiday. Truly love that one, and it's crazy because I just released a single, but in that movie, it is the essence of having to freeze the moment. Of course, that movie was about bringing all the friends back together after so many years, since the last big wedding, and no one knew that Mia, I believe her name was really sick. And so it was kind of like every scene that you saw them enjoying each other, having fun, doing their number one dance routine or feeding the different families. It was a moment to cherish because they weren't ever going to have that moment again with Mia. So I really love that movie for how it brought all the characters together after so many years. Everyone's life had evolved, but they still had another opportunity to cherish the moments that they were in with each other.
Oh, man. You know what? If anyone knows me and your brother Cal got full today, almost all of my examples of Christmas movies include Best Man Holiday. I just think that was a great movie. Yeah. Of reconciliation. I have to give you a shout out. Come on now. Shaquita Michelle Hughes is in the house. Hello.
Hey,
yes, we love Cianna.
Thank you.
We love her. Freeze the moment. And you know what? Lisa, I know, has just gotten back in. We're going to bring her in, but I'm just going to flow with the spirit because this is how it is. So, Lisa, I'm going to bring you back in. But Cianna, you are I shouldn't even say budding. You've been singing since I've known you, probably coming out the womb because you come from a very gifted and talented family. And thank you for coming on as our surprise addition to today's show, because I heard this single that has blown me away. And like, I am a little bit of a song snob. I love beats and melodies, but words, I mean, I'm a lyric person, and I give kudos when there's a phrase, a turn of phrase that I've never remember hearing in a song before. And you hit all the spots, all the spots. So before we get into that single, could you just tell my Hope More audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So I am Cianna Reaves. I am in a family of maybe 4 or 5 kids, one of the youngest. And we've always been in music. I've grown up in music and started out singing around my mother, who played the piano in the house, and also singing in church with my siblings as well, leading a few songs, but mostly background because I was very shy as a child. But I've developed over time to become a worship leader in my churches and to continue doing other musical selections with my family. So that's who I am.
Wow. So you were shy. You were shy. And
Mm-hmm.
and that was probably a hard thing to do, because you have people in your family like my god brother, your youngest,
Yeah.
well, the young one when I was growing up, youngest brother, he was such a ham. I love you, Caleb, but you knew it. And so compared, I'm like, who's this little kid coming out trying to like take all the stage? But over the years, to just hear you sing and hear you do solos and do worship, I'm just like, wait a minute. I used to be like, okay, Christina's the singer, Cletus plays, and Caleb's the master of ceremony. Then it was like, oh,
Yeah.
Caleb plays, Cletus sings, okay, Cianna sings, and now you are like hitting the keys. I'm just like, what? Wait a minute, I've been sleeping.
Just a
Like,
little bit.
no, you do more than just a little bit. And so thank you for being on the show today, because you're sort of doing double duty. I asked some of my friends to get on here with their costumes or Christmas attire to share what inspired them and what's their favorite Christmas movie. And then I asked people to send me pictures. And Cianna sent me some pictures. So we're going to critique and talk about some of those freezing moments, or freezing the moments of Christmas in times past. But hold on, guys. She is going to sing for us before the show is over. So I'm going to bring Lisa back on. Yes, Lisa, you're back from the grave, honey.
Yay!
Yes. Okay, so pull your camera down a little bit.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Lisa, thank you so much. And as you see, I'm going to take you off real quick, but don't go anywhere. Lisa, I made mention, is not only a fellow lawyer, we're related. She does claim it. So tell me about your Christmas attire.
Well, so I was saying before our internet was acting up, I think my costume is most closely related to either the neighbor from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or the little girl from Miracle on 34th Street. And that's sort of who I am. In reality, every year I go through this thing where it's like, okay, bah humbug, I don't really believe. And then every year there's something that happens during the holiday season that that sort of enlightens and enriches me. It's sort of like that last gusto. And as far as the neighbor for the National Lampoon Christmas Vacation, it's like literally every year during the holidays, it's like you wouldn't believe. You just wouldn't, the shenanigans that you just would not believe. So
you know what, Lisa, because we are fellow professionals, I will tell you, I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe. Well, thank you so much for being on. And we got some pictures from you too, and some other people that we're going to critique as we celebrate our Christmas costuming. But what I am going to do, because we do have a featured guest, and I was just looking at the time, and I know he has a pretty heavy schedule. So what I'm going to do, Lisa, can you hang out a little bit longer?
You got me, cousin. You got me.
Yay! You charging me billable hours? Okay.
Of course, the invoice is in the mail.
But we're going to bring you on again. And even as we're going to bring Cianna on, but I'm going to bring out our feature guest because we are talking about let's make a movie. So even as he talks, I may bring you guys on if you have questions. So guys, if you have questions, let me bring Cianna back on for a second. If you have pictures, questions, anything that you like, oh, you know what? I can go ahead and put a red nose on and be Rudolph. Feel free to put pictures in the comments. Participate in our costume party. We're making our own movie right now. So, ladies, thank you for staying on with me. But I'm about to bring on my guests so y'all can just chill in the green room. You know, all the drinks you want, all the food you want. Just at your house. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, we are still in our costume partying mode. We're also in our festive mode. But you know what? We are going to make a Christmas movie. Do you know that you can make a Christmas movie wherever you are, whether you're in Atlanta or Perry, Florida, and you know how? You can invest in those who are making art that works and they're taking it from stage plays or books and putting it on screen. I want to bring on our special guest today, Mr. I'm calling Mr. Anthony Lamar White. I'm gonna have to pay you overtime. I'm not gonna keep you long, and that segment went a little bit longer because I think of the technical difficulties. But thank you so much for being on. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, and my time has freed up. My niece came by, and she went to take care of that for me.
Oh, okay. I have to give your niece a Christmas.
I've already paid her. She wasn't gonna do it for free, so I already paid her.
Well, how are you, sir?
I'm pretty good. I just finished up my Christmas shopping actually about 45 minutes ago. So I'm doing good. I'm usually the person that Walmart has to push out the door and lock the door behind on Christmas Eve.
That is me. That is me, sir. In fact, though, I realize I like it. I like being like, what's left? What's available?
I don't have nothing else to purchase. I've gotten all my gifts, but I bet you I'll be in the Christmas Eve running around looking for something just to get it, just to be there.
Well, I tell you, this is the first Christmas where majority of my gifts I ordered ahead of time and they're here. I'm not looking for any Amazon packages, but like even shopping in the stores, I often end up buying myself so much stuff that it's like, this is supposed to be shopping for other people. But tomorrow I'll be hitting the malls, hopefully after work. So I'm talking to you because most of the people watching probably know who you are. You're not only a celebrity here in our local hometown, you have had your art all over the country, particularly in regional theater in Atlanta, made such a good, amazing impact, indelible impact. But could you, Anthony, just share a little bit about yourself? Tell my Hope More family who Anthony Lamar White is in a nutshell.
Okay, well, I'm a journalist, playwright, novelist, screenwriter, uncle, brother, and good friend to a lot of folks. I've been writing most of my life. In fact, Cianna's mom is probably the reason I began writing. We were in third grade, and she was the smartest girl in class, smartest person in class. And I was always competitive, kind of, where I wanted to be. If I wasn't the smartest, I wanted to be right there with neck to neck. So our third grade teacher gave her a book to read. And I was like, give me a real book, and she gave me this book about Amelia Earhart. I read it, and I've been writing ever since.
Was it the book that inspired you to write, or was it the story of Amelia Earhart and all that she accomplished in extraordinary times for women in any field of work? Or was it a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I think I just because it wasn't the Janet and Mark books that we were reading at the time. It was a real book. And I was amazed that I actually read the book, and after I read it, I was like, I'm going to start writing. I wrote my first thing was a short story called To Leave Someone You Love. I don't know what an 8-year-old was writing that kind of serious story, but it was about a recently married couple, and the husband tries to save someone at the beach on their honeymoon and drowns. And my mom was like, "Where did this come from?" So I know, 8 years old. Tell me about it.
Wow, you know what? I remember Anthony writing as a kid in third grade. Wait, Gladys Morris has third and fourth grade. So fourth grade, we would have weekly writing competitions. And it's funny, I remember the name of most of my teachers, but my fourth grade teacher, she's blocked in my head because of a number of reasons. But we would have writing contests every week. And I started winning every week to the point that it was like, Hope, you need to let someone else win. But then my imagination was like going so wild that I was like talking about this woman having children out of her ears, and she called my mama like, you need to make sure your daughter knows how children are born, which I did. I was just being creative. But I remember how freeing it was to write at that age. But what I love is that you've taken what may have started off as just this curious hobby, and it is your a huge part of your life's work, like not just the work and purpose, but the work that you get paid for. How does that feel? And looking back on that little kid who had the Amelia Earhart book, if you were to see you a few decades later, because you're very young, a few decades later, what would you say to that young boy?
Well, I knew from that time that I wanted to be doing what I'm doing now. And I was about to say, my mom, after she read that story, she bought me a typewriter for Christmas at 9, and I taught myself how to type so I could write stories. And I've been doing it ever since. I wanted to go major in theater when I first went to college, but my uncle wouldn't let me. Made me major in engineering, and I went on my first interview for internship and decided I hated being an engineer. So went back, and he allowed me to get a journalism degree. And instead he said, no, minor in theater if that's what you want, but you're not going to get a degree in theater. But I've been writing all my life, and some of the things I've been writing have taken some time to come around. Recently, this play that won the Central Theater Playwriting Award up in Georgia and had a production in Atlanta last month. I actually wrote that play about 20 years, the first draft of it about 20 years ago. I was in grad school and my mom became sick, so I came home to care for her. And before I left UF to come home, I stopped by the bookstore and I bought these 3 plays, Fences, by August Wilson, Joe Turner's Come and Gone, and The Piano Lesson. And after I read those 3 plays, I thought, hey, I can do this. And up until then, I've written mostly skits and one-act plays, which you were familiar with because you were in one of my first community theater plays. Yeah.
A Star Was Born.
Junior high?
You know what? I think I may have been in junior high. That sounds correct.
Yeah, it was 87.
Yeah, that sounds correct because I'm thinking about what I look like. That's how I know what year or what around time it was about how I looked. Because I mean, my parents made me feel special, but I thought I looked like I had kidney disease. And when I look back at it,
no, you were actually really good. You had this thing for it, a real talent for it. Yeah.
You know, I'll say this, and we're gonna get on to more. But the calming, am I saying it right? Calming of the man.
Calming the man.
Calming the man. Lord, I say it the way I see it. I'm so from Perry sometimes. But Calming the Man, that was featured recently in Atlanta, and it's also award winning. I was just like, I see that piece being as classic and standard for theater as Our Town, or what else they love to put out, West Side Story, or anything else, Hairspray, because it's 4 men, and I just thought it was so good. And I knew you were good. I have your books. I've worked with you. We've worked on a pilot project that's more of a reality, like investigative criminal, rectifying type of show. so I knew you were good, but when I was in that audience, I just was like, I know him. Oh my God, I know him. Like, it was just so, it was very piercing. And although it was written decades ago, it's so timely. So you guys be encouraged. When you got dreams and visions and you don't see where they fit now, they may not be for now. They may be for later. And so what I remember about your first play was twofold. I remember I was so excited because before wanted to be a lawyer at 5 years old, I wanted to be an actress. Most people don't know that.
Okay.
But I was told that I couldn't, that it was hard to be a good Christian and an actress. And so there was a situation that happened with my mom, and I became interested in the political system. And she's like, lawyers are often politicians. That's why I decided to be a lawyer. So being in your play was a lifelong dream outside of just like Christmas nativity scenes. I got to act. And the second thing I remember, and I will never let my parents live this down, my dad didn't come because it was held at the men's club.
There were a few other people who did for that reason.
And he said he was gonna. He said, "I'm gonna try to get it in my mind. It's a play. This is a hall," and he didn't show up. I want to say my mom didn't show up, but I don't remember her not showing up.
I want to think your mom may have been there.
I don't know, but I just remember thinking, like, if that's ever my child, I'm going to be there. But he's more than made up for it. But I want to talk about this really amazing, exciting things that you have going on with, well, first of all, you have a lot going on with a lot of projects, but this one particular Christmas project or Christmas play you did, even locally in Monticello, and I think, have you performed it ever in Perry or had it produced in Perry?
No, it was the play you're talking about is The Long Goodbye, and I actually wrote it as a movie script some years ago, and then I won this playwriting fellowship at the Alliance Theater in Atlanta for Calming the Man, and I was charged with writing another play while I was in the development program fellowship year. And I decided to take The Long Goodbye and turn it into a stage production because it's one of my favorite stories of everything I've written. It's one of my faves. Well, and after I wrote it and converted it into a stage play, I submitted it to the National Black Theater Festival, where you again participated in the very first reading ever of the play. I got to play Vanessa Bell Calloway's daughter in the play, and it was a success. And then the Monticello Opera House and FAMU Central Theater, Florida A&M University Central Theater, decided to do a world premiere collaboration at the Monticello Opera House of the play. And at the same time, a theater group in Atlanta, the New African Grove Theater Company, also produced the play there in Atlanta, and they actually produced it in 2 consecutive years. They were planning to do it last year, if not for the pandemic. They produced it in 2018 and 2019.
Oh man, and it is good, and I was really honored to just be around all those super professional and very experienced thespians as we were doing your play. And it was just, and then, I mean, Vanessa Bell Calloway, I'm just like, hello. I tried to act real cool, like, yeah. But it was really awesome. And so thank you so much for asking me to participate, because we also had another Perry homegrown person participate. And his name just slipped me. Tony Lane. So we were representing, and I told Anthony that he's inspired that going in 2022, I'm gonna start having a segment called Tailor Made, and we're gonna highlight extraordinary residents and former residents of Taylor County, because people are doing great things. And you and I, interesting enough, I started my journey of getting more into theater at your play, but you and I both transplanted to Atlanta, and around the same time relocated, even if temporarily or shared locations, back to Perry, Florida. And I was like, Lord, There is a reason for this. And I do think a part of that reason is to help inspire another generation of artists and industrious people who see their lenses greater than maybe their present circumstance, but still have a love for their hometown. And I want to see more Anthony Lamar's, Hope Dimps. I mean, we're humble, but we're big deals. Cianna Reaves, who's singing and she's in North Carolina doing amazing things, she is amazing. So we want to come back home and love of our families and encourage people, not necessarily even to move, but just to know that your dreams are not limited to where you are. You've been in Perry, but now you got this, you working out a movie deal.
Yeah.
In Perry.
Well, yeah.
You got the internet and a phone.
Well, that came about because when I was in Atlanta, I produced a talk show for Reverend Creflo Dollar called Your World with Creflo. And one of the people I met while I was working there was our guest coordinator, a young lady named Jennifer Persima. I've never seen someone who was so ambitious and had so much energy. Now she's and she was doing that for Dr. Dollar, but then she went to doing all these things on her own. She filmed a TV pilot that Hulu just picked up, and she just shot a reality show. She's done so much, and she was like, with all your stuff, don't wait for someone to do it. You can do it. And that gave me the motivation to take the long goodbye and begin this quest to turn it into a movie.
Okay, so we are on board with the Anthony Lamar White world, and you've written a number of books. Many times the setting is something familiar for some of us who may be from the Big Bend area. And Long Goodbye, even though it was also produced at the Monticello Playhouse, I believe Monticello is the city in the original story,
it's set in Monticello, yeah.
So don't get upset, y'all, because
I
think Greenville, the center of Calming of a Man.
Yeah.
Do we have any Perry-centered plays?
Well, the thing is, I tend to stay out of Perry because people start to think I'm talking about them.
I guessed it. I was right on the nose. I was like, he's skirting around Perry because that character, someone's going to say that's the deaconess at his mama's church.
Yeah, my book, the Pages We Forget, I actually said it in Hampton Springs, outside of Perry. It used to be a big famous hotel there. There's nothing there now, but in my book, I imagined that a little town grew up around it. But the people there still went to Taylor County High School. So I've had people say, I know who you were writing about. No, none of these people exist,
Well, you guys can find out so much more about Anthony, the projects, the books that he's working on. And we're going to have an ask, you guys, regarding this Long Goodbye in the movie. But you can go to antmarbooks.com. That's ANTMAR books.com. And I want to make sure I put that up there. So what I'm going to do, basically, because we're sort of like changing the schedule, Anthony has allowed a little bit of clips, and I'm not going to show the whole clip at this moment, but you guys, if you stay tuned, because we still have some of the costumes discussed and Cianna to sing, I would love to show you just a glimpse of the Long Goodbye. But before we do that, or before I say goodbye to Anthony, so thank you for extending your time with me, could you share where you are in the process of getting this movie made and what you're hoping to accomplish with the support of investors who want to work with a faith-based movie? And in my opinion, maybe those who really see how genuinely and authentically valuable that kind of story is in today's world, especially with so many people facing holidays a little sad or a lot sad because of the death of a loved one.
All right. Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to actually chose The Long Goodbye, was because the main characters are basically going through what a lot of people are going through now with the pandemic. They're losing loved ones who they're unable to say goodbye to. So what we're doing right now is we're we're trying to raise funding for the movie. You could go to hopeMORE'sbooks.com, send me a message, and I could actually send you out a copy of the script, a funding info package. And we're hoping that we can get this going, hopefully during the spring, sometime February, March, so, but like I say, we're still in the fundraising, investment part of the project. And again, it's set in North Florida, so we're gonna shoot it here in North Florida as well. I still have some of the folks from over at FAMU who have said, "Hey, we'll jump in and help out." Some people I know from FSU Film School who are going to contribute their talents. So right now, like I say, once we get the funds raised for it, we'll actually jump in and shoot the film and hopefully have it ready for viewing by this time next year.
That is so wonderful. You know what, Anthony, I'm so proud of you. I know we have a little bit of difference in ages, but I just feel like you're my big and little brother in some ways. I think what you're doing is amazing. And I too desire to film a movie in Perry before I, close my eyes or leave, or, I am getting married. I don't know what the Lord has for me, but I think we need that kind of opportunity. So people can give and find out about giving by going to hopeMORE'sbooks.com.
Yes, go to hopeMORE'sbooks.com and you can find out information and send me a message, and I could forward you the full investment package and the script if you're interested in reviewing the screenplay.
And you know what? I want to say to you that anything that Hope More can do to help push those efforts, maybe we have to come up with some creative fundraiser. Maybe we could do a telethon. I don't know. But I believe not only will your film be successful, but to really highlight, great storytelling from a local artist is so important. I think you're creating a path. I think about the church. Well, not the church. Well, it was a church that initially supported, but that movie Facing the Giants, and they've had subsequent like the Love Challenge,
Sherwood up in Albany.
Yes.
Yeah.
It highlights Albany.
Yeah.
Albany, y'all. So, it's created an industry in Albany. People from Hollywood are going to talk to those brothers in Albany about faith-based films. Why couldn't we become that? Or at least your work could be something that people are like, oh, I know that's quality and it's faith-based. Now, just quickly, for those of us, I'm not saying for me or anything, but for those of us who have acting aspirations, or maybe you too want to work on a set as a production assistant, will there be opportunities possibly to interview and consider local talent?
Yes. I'm a big stickler for using local talent because we have so many really, really talented people here. I was already saying to myself, well, I don't really have to worry about a soundtrack because we got folks like my cousin Carlotta, we got Cianna, Caleb, we have all these people who can just sing.
Oh, the soundtrack may outsell the movie at first. It'll be like Preacher's Wife or The Bodyguard, because we do have some Whitney Houston level talent here. You know what? You got to use it all.
Yeah.
You got to use it all. And I'm sure that all the areas, Monticello, Greenville, Big Bend, Jefferson, Taylor, even Leon County would open wide, their arms for your project. But right now, guys, what he needs is some cash. He needs some investors. And so please go to hopeMORE'sbooks.com, and you may be saying like, well, my investment would only be a little bit. A little bit can go a long way. And maybe it's not your money that you can consider, but if you have a business, or sometimes employers have special pet projects, if this fits that, consider bringing us on. We have to like cross promote and cross assist, because what what your leads are, Anthony, may be great for someone else, but they may have a door. Like all you need is one person to really be like, here you go, 6 figures. Because if we get to that $100,000 budget, you have a celebrity who's already attaching themselves to the project if the budget can be met. And that's Raydon Chong. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
I love you how you call her the 80s it girl. You know, she had the curly hair.
Yeah, she actually paved the way for Halle Berry and all these people to come behind her because she was an African American woman who got to star along beside Arnold Schwarzenegger, and she was in The Color Purple, played Squeaky.
Squeak. I think Squeak
yeah.
was her name. She's like, Harpo, what about me?
Well, yeah, that's her. Yeah. And so she paved the way for actresses behind her like Halle to come along and be able to act outside of that mold that was set for African American women, you know.
Well, I think that she would be perfect for it. And actually, people may even be surprised at how many people that's in your little black book, because you are a really great talent and people recognize it. That's why they're like, hey, come up with the show concept, come up with this, come up with that. So guys, go to antmarbooks.com. And before I let you go, Anthony, thank you for being on the show. I didn't ask you, well, 2 things. I didn't ask you, what's your costume and what inspired it? And what's your favorite Christmas movie? And while you're saying that, I'm also going to look, because you got some people giving you shout outs in the comments, and I want you to get your flowers while you're good and living. So tell us, what's your costume?
Well, I want it to be a gift because that's my favorite part of the holidays. I love gift giving. I love giving gifts. And so I decided to be a gift. And so there's my bow. I was actually looking for a card to put on to say 2, but I couldn't. My favorite Christmas movie, actually I have 2.
Okay.
I love, I'm a big fan of It's a Wonderful Life. In fact, the pitch for The Long Goodbyes, through the good times, through the bad times, it's still a wonderful life. So it's one of my favorites. I watch it 5-6 times every Christmas season. And my other favorite, I love The Best Man Holiday too, but my other favorite though is Almost Christmas with Danny Glover and
Monique.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. And I've already watched it about 5 times this season already. I don't know what it is about it, but I really love that movie.
That church scene, look very closely in the choir. You may see somebody you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an easy $400, and it was fun. And we got to sing. David Talbot wanted to have live singers, and so I snuck me and like several of the praise team members in that particular. So it was like, "Hi, Danny. Hi, Gabby." Yeah.
She's really tiny. I'm glad you told me that, and I'll watch it again tonight and look for it.
You probably won't see me. Like when I watch it, I'd be like freezing it. Like, wait a minute, that dark point right there. So I'm so far have been in 2 movies in the choir scene, so I feel very accomplished. One day I'll have a solo or a speaking part, not a singing part. But thank you, Anthony, so much. So you know what? Thank you guys for watching. I thank you, Anthony, for being on the show. And people are just so proud of you. Like literally, Miss Shaquita Michelle, she says that she admires you. You are gifted and talented. Yes, I love it. And I love the fact that you inspire other people to be proud of this town. Carla, thank you for commenting. Yes, we do have talented people like this. Miss Leola would be proud.
Yeah, that was our 4-H leader, Carla and I. Yeah.
Miss Leola, yes. Oh, we get a shout out from the Grand Madame, Betty Hughes herself. Hello, Miss Hughes. Thank you so much. You got people going wow over here. Thank you. That's Cletus's wife. Good to see you guys. Welcome back home. I saw that Miss Betty says she endorses A Long Goodbye. It was awesome. It's definitely an awesome story. And everyone's just so proud. I guess you also were classmates with her. She's proud of you.
I told you she was the reason I was really good in the books and everything, because she was the smartest and I didn't want her to be smarter than me.
Wow. So everybody needs a Shaquita Michelle Hughes in their life. It'll push you on. First, because you could have easily gotten jealous and just stayed there, but you're like, wait a minute. There was something in you that was sparked, like if she can do it, maybe I can do it, even though I've yet to do it. And then to complete that book just totally change your trajectory. Tell you guys, what you read will change your life. And Carla agrees that a fundraiser would be awesome. And so you guys, I know one of the numbers that we're trying to hit is at least 100,000. I pray that you get more than enough to do everything you want to do, including taking it to festivals. And a lot of people don't know that's often how movies get funded. There's often even a smaller scenes or small movie, and they go to festivals and someone bankrolls it to a big one. I pray it gets all the success it needs. And yes, Carla also gives an amen to the soundtrack. It'll be hitting. Christina says you are talented, loves the bow. And again, your classmate and friend, and apparently Inspiration and Muse says that there's much love to you and you were fun at school. Yeah. So Anthony, thank you so much for coming on, and competition is always good. Thanks so much for coming on, and we're going to have you on again. We're going to come up with there's so many things that you have encouraged me, and I haven't even followed up on half of the things, whether it's like, send me some of your episodes so I can forward them. And I'm like, which episode would be worthy? And but you know how it is. The first step is doing it. Do it. Just complete the task. Because if you wait around for perfection, you'll be telling the Lord in glory about all the great things you could have done. Remember the story about the man with the talent that buried it?
Yeah, I think you're on point with Hope More. So we got to do that.
Well, thank you. So we're going to say goodbye to you for now. And like I told our viewers, if you guys hang on, after we end our live portion, I will play just a little bit of the recording. Don't I have permission to play a little bit of what you sent me,
yes,
right?
You no? Yes.
So you can get just a glimpse of the story of The Long Goodbye. And again, remember, go to AuntMarBooks.com. Well, thank you so much, Anthony. I'll connect with you later in the new year, but thank you so much for coming on.
All right, I've enjoyed it.
Okay, and you don't have to go. We're just going to move on to the next.
Well, I'm waiting to hear Cianna.
Okay, then. Yeah. All right, then. So, yeah, go back in the green room, have all the snacks and drinks you want from your house. Right. Okay. Wasn't that great, y'all? That was great. So I already have him on the nice list. And let's see, who else is going to go on the nice list? I think Miss Shaquita has been really nice. Miss Betty, she's on the nice list. And Marla's on the nice list. Cal, I'm putting you on the naughty list just because you didn't do the scene I wanted from a best man's holiday. I'm joking. I just needed to even out the numbers. So you guys, time has been well spent. So I'm trying to adjust my production. And I just see one of my guests nodding her head. I'm going to bring her back on. Hi, Attorney Knox. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, Attorney Demps.
Big gun. Songs, just praise and worship leader Cianna. How are you doing? Okay.
Doing pretty good.
Okay, good. I may remove myself for a second. Oh, sometimes I try to adjust how this thing works by moving myself. Okay, ladies. So we started off talking about costumes. We never quite got to it. So I'm not as concerned because some of the ideas I had, I was like, well, maybe we'll put this at the end of the live portion because I don't want to lose my live guests trying to go over some pictures. But Cianna, I can't wait to hear you bless us with the story of what inspired your new single that was released December 17th. Freeze the Moment. So as we talk about freeze the moment, and y'all don't laugh at me, don't judge me either, because I'm trying trying to make sure I'm able to do these pictures the way I imagine them. And like I told you, I keep firing my whole production team. I fired them. That's right. I fired them. They didn't quit. Or did I hire someone? I learned from my father how to fire people you never hired. Cianna, you can believe that, can't you? You know my dad. I'm like, Dad, how are you firing people you don't pay? I don't understand that. So, okay, let's get going with these pictures. And we'll see if they take a little bit longer. I'm going to leave some of these at the end to bless us. So, and I hope they show up as not showing up as big as I want. So let's see if I can increase the size. Now, this is one of Lisa's pictures. Lisa, tell us about this picture why I try to like get it a little bit bigger.
That picture, so that picture was done, I want to say, it has the date there. I want to say it was 2008. It was either 2007 or 2008. It was in my townhome. I had just recently been divorced. So I had become a single mom with my son. And my friends, we all had children around the same age. And I was wondering, what am I going to do for Christmas? I want to make it special for him. And so I saw a costume at Walgreens. And I decided that year I was going to go ahead and be Santa. My son was concerned because how is Santa going to come to the house if there's no chimney and we moved, so he might not have our new address. And so
and I see that you have expertly redacted almost the faces of the other two children that you don't have permission to put in. So are you the Santa?
That's me. I'm Santa Claus. That's me and some bed pillows and some stiletto boots. I slid down the steps because I lost my footing. And so my son, that's my son. And he says, I told you guys Santa Claus is real and he's my mom and he's black.
And he's my mom. That's amazing how he like brought it all back. Now we have the second picture. Right. You got the white Christmas tree going on. And I don't know, is he a hip hop star right here?
Well, so what happened was he kept telling me we got to put up a Christmas tree. I was bah humbugging until the last. So that was like the very few days before Christmas. And he had decided that there was some give and take. And so that year he told me that Santa Claus, since we don't have a fireplace, Santa Claus is going to have to come through the front door like a man and introduce himself.
You know what? I can't. This is also stinking cute. It is also stinking cute. Okay, so we have a couple of pictures from Cianna. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing. Okay, so where am I? I'm trying to get back to my... All right. So Cianna gave us some pictures, and we're not going to go through all of them. I'll play them at the end of the show. But Cianna I've known since well, I guess you guys moved back from Connecticut or moved to Perry when you were how old?
I might have been two or three. Yeah, so I was pretty young.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've known you since birth, but not really. But I definitely remember when your family blessed Christian Tabernacle or the pastors Chester Dimps with your gifts and your presents. And Cianna came with it, boy. Okay. I'm trying to think which one I want to do. I'm gonna do one of us. Oh, so cute. So cute. Okay. Everybody's like, where is it? I'm doing I promise you, it's really cute. It's really cute.
Like I'm holding my breath.
I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured you would choose that one. I believe that may have been a Christmas program we were doing at the church, Christian Tabernacle, and that's your mom standing behind us. My sister and I, we both have on the same red dresses. I think my grandmother may have bought those for us. She would always buy us dresses during the holidays. And over to the side, the young man there in the suit is my brother. And I believe we may have been up possibly holding up letters to welcome people to the program. I'm not sure. I was talking to my sister about this picture before the call. I was like, do you know what we were doing exactly? So she thinks that we might have been holding up signs to spell out welcome to the Christmas program. So That was, wow, a long time ago. I'm not even sure how old I was in that picture, but we were pretty young.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
How old were you when you had the unfortunate situation where you broke your was it your hip or your leg?
It was my leg fractured, and my mom may be on here somewhere in the comments to help me out with the age and everything, but I may have been about 2 years old. I'm not sure, but I was toddler age when that happened. So it was a pretty traumatic experience, but thank God I'm walking today without any issues. So yeah, I was young when that happened.
Your mom said 2 years old. So it was
Okay,
very
so it
short
was two.
after you got what like and I know this is a side note, but
Mhm.
this is a picture of you and this is the gang I knew of. This is Pastor Angels. My dad loves you guys to this day.
Yeah.
But you're flanking the end, and your sister who's older than you is in the middle, and she's a little bitty thing. And I always wondered, was the fact that you had that cast that sort of like that you had, like it was almost like a full body cast. Do you
Mhm.
think it was that procedure that actually ended up elongating your legs? Because I'm just like, how is it that you turned out, even as a young age, you were pretty tall. Lisa's like,
So yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm that tall today, but taller than her, yes. That's always been the case. I really have no idea if that situation was the reason why. I may have stressed a little bit. I really don't know. But we've been like that for a long time. I mean, looking back at pictures of us when we were younger, around those ages 3 and 4, you can see where I'm like an inch taller than my sister, and it just stayed that way as we got older.
well,
Oh yeah, I like those pictures.
yes, my dad loves anytime you guys stop by. But that whole like, okay, we're saying hello, happy Christmas. Where's the keyboard? We're gonna sing. I mean, I imagine that you guys do have in the works some type of Reeves family singing album up your sleeve. But all of y'all are so talented musically. And there's your family. See, I was like, okay, this is my Christmas costumes. And there's your lovely mother, who's
That's
a
my
singer,
mom.
songwriter,
Yeah.
preacher, and an authoress. Ms.
Yes.
Hughes, I need your booking information because I need to be on here promoting your book. All of them are so special. Oh, and where were you? An elf?
So we were supposed to wear ugly Christmas sweaters to church, but I wasn't having that. So I put a nice cute little bow on one of my sweaters and I went as that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't have anything ugly, so made it cute.
Yeah, you don't play fair. You don't play fair. Well, Lisa, I think I have the other two pictures. Oh, wait. Do I? Okay, no, I did do the two pictures. Okay, you just sent them twice to me. Well, thank you guys for participating in my Christmas costume first annual online party. I see next year will be in person and online, and I wanted to make it a theme because when I was growing up, we tried with the Hallelujah Fest, but to not be able to dress up and have fun during a certain time of the fall made me feel so left out. And my mom threw me a Christmas costume party, and I felt like this is the jam. So thank you guys for helping to make it a reality. Thank you, Lisa, so much. And she didn't ask me to do this, but you guys, she's an amazing attorney. Yes. Area, and you can look her up, Lisa M. Knox. You want to tell them your phone number?
Oh, thank you. Yes, cousin. It's LM Knox Law and Mediation. And my phone number is 813-447-3001. Or you can always go to lmknoxlaw.com.
So before you get off,
Yes.
Please put that information in the private chat so I can post it.
I will do that. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to meet you all.
Thank
Nice
you,
meeting you
Lisa.
too.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to talk to you. Merry Christmas and hug your son for me.
Absolutely.
Devon is going to be so jealous.
I know. I hope she's watching.
Bye, sweetie. Wow. So, Cianna, a little birdie told me that you even have a keyboard in front of you. I didn't even know you could play.
I played a little bit as a child. I did not play a lot in my adult years or college years. I kind of drifted to just doing more of the singing on the mic versus actually playing an instrument. But every now and then, I've always kept the keyboard with me, once I moved away from home. And so every now and then I may go back to it just to try to get a little tune together, nothing too serious, but just enough to get a concept of the song that I might be hearing in my head. So, yeah.
Wow. So, okay. Is this correct? Is this your first single? Or your
This is
first
my very first single. Yes.
Okay. Now, I won't go too much into all my on-shot because I know the audience didn't come to just hear me talk about how great I think the song is. But this is your first single and you released it during the Christmas holidays. Is it a Christmas song?
So really, it's not. The idea was not for it to be just a Christmas song, but I thought because we're approaching the holidays and families are looking forward to being together, especially after having to wait or make sure that COVID precautions are set. I knew that this would be maybe a good time to release this because so much has happened. We've all been through so much. COVID, people have lost members of their families, unfortunately. But if you are able to come together for this special holiday and see your family, please try to freeze the moment, to cherish everything that you do and just love one another. You just don't know what the future holds. And although we want to all still be together for every occasion going forward, it's not in our control. So really try to freeze those moments. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that because although it does fit so appropriately with the Christmas season, when I heard it, I told your Aunt Janet, this is gonna be in my wedding. Because I'm engaged. If you don't know, if you haven't heard me say it 100 times or post 100 pictures, I'm engaged. And I was like, oh no. I'm not saying it's what I want to walk in down the aisle. It will be played some kind of way. And maybe we'll be able to forward your fee and get you to sing it live. But I've never heard the lyrics freeze the moment. So even when I saw the title, I was like, in my mind, I was like, I wonder if it's going to be like upbeat freeze. I don't know. But I was like, I don't think outside of the Frozen song and the songs from that soundtrack, I was like, oh, I like this. And I won't give it away because I know you're going to perform a little bit live, and then I'm going to play your music as well at the end. So stay tuned, guys, to hear the recorded version. But before we get there, I know you said that you saw and thought about how life is so precious. And with the pandemic, people are like losing people left and right. I almost feel like people are traumatized right now because there's been so much death that people are not even pretty much permitted to mourn as long or as openly as in the past. And because of that, it almost feels like, I wonder, like after often the graveside funeral, if any funeral at all, because I've had so many people to pass who had nothing public or that you can go and have last words, that I'm like, wow, I know it doesn't mean that they never existed, but I never understood how blessed I am to mourn and to have had the opportunity when my brother died to have 2 funerals, 1 wake, and a burial service. Like, you think about the sadness of those moments, but I got to embrace people I hadn't seen in years. I got to look at his face, and often it is after all that's over that you have the harder moments. But I pulled on the stories that people told during the funeral. So when I think about like just the idea that if we could freeze moments, so many times, not to preach to the choir, people don't come home to see their family ever. It's like, I haven't seen my mother in 10 years. How is that possible? Your family is pretty close. Sometimes I'm like, I would swear y'all lived in the same city because I'm like, how is Miss Michelle and Cianna in this, like, okay, did they all move to the same city? What is like one of your favorite memories of like a holiday freeze the moment or a gathering with your family?
There have been so many, but I will share this. The most recent happened in September, actually. So, and this was the reason the song kind of came about. My oldest brother Cletus, was coming in from Oklahoma to visit me. And, I just moved to Charlotte. I moved here in June. So I'm still trying to get my feet wet and explore. My brother told me, he said, I really want to come and visit you. When will be a good time? He says, it's good. I said, yeah, come on. So he happened to visit me around the time of his birthday. And so I secretly, reached out to my parents and my siblings to say, hey, can you all please come up here? I want to surprise him because he'll be here on his birthday. And I really want us to just give him a really good party before they head back to Oklahoma. And, for the first time in a long time, my parents and all of my siblings, we were missing just one, but we were all under the same roof celebrating my brother for his birthday. And it was kind of like a good 2-in-1 because I was also able to do a home dedication. My parents both prayed over my home. My siblings prayed over my home and blessed it. And we, as we always do, we sang songs and did prayer. And so it was such a beautiful moment. We took so many pictures. My brother was recording. We were all taking pictures and recording. My parents were in the kitchen cooking a big breakfast. And we just kept looking back through the pictures that we all posted in our group messenger. And I was like, wow, like that was such a good moment. I wish I could just freeze that specific moment in time and feel everything that I was feeling there, because there was so much love. Everybody was so happy to see each other. And we really had an awesome time. So that was probably one of the more recent best moments I've ever had, because we were all together and just having such a great time.
I'm trying to think, is that the picture in front of the house with, I see, is that moment or no?
So I did not send those pictures. I had not got clearance from everybody just yet.
I understand, girl.
But
I
I didn't see one of
understand.
those pictures. Yeah.
No, only because that's like one of the biggest group family pictures I've
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
But you guys not only are such a close family, your love for each other is inspiring. And I don't know if your mom remembers, but I used to say more than once that she inspired me in wanting to be a mom, because I didn't want to be a mom for most of my life.
Oh,
But
wow.
because I felt like children, they sort of get in the way of your dreams, or to do your dreams, then you got to stop and feed them. And I thought just observing your mom eyes would light up when you guys came in the room. And I know that's a common saying now that other people have noted, but I remember observing it. And it was even like if she's in rehearsal, if she's busy, it was just like, oh, my kids are here. And I was like, oh man, I want to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. I know my mother loved me, but she would even tell the truth. Like, there are moments that her eyes did not light up to see me. It's like, oh, that's right. We need to get you home and feed you after being in church all the time. But it did seem like you had a really good, or it seemed like you had a really good role model of how important it is to seize the moment. Your sister, are you putting up? Oh, that's your mom. I don't know what your mother's putting up. What is that link to? Tell us. Tell us
She
what
may
that.
be sharing, let's see, she may be sharing my video.
Okay.
YouTube, yeah, the YouTube link to the music.
Yes. And we are going to play that after we're finished with your interview. Is there anything else you want to share about the journey that you've taken, not only in this song, but deciding to put your baby out there for the world to hear and listen to?
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, and this is the first of many to come. There will be more music. I did not think that I was going to release this particular single first because of the genre, but I'm not opposed to genre. I just love really good music, good clean music, and I was brought up in the church, so I'll stay in that nature of what I know. But I'm just so glad that I've done it. I think too often we have gifts that, as you spoke about earlier with Mr. Anthony, that we're sitting down on and we're not doing anything with it. And I was telling a friend the other day, I said, I just don't want to get to heaven and God look at me and say, did you not understand the assignment? Like, put the music out. So I'm doing it. I'm so excited that I finally got this out. I feel it's a huge accomplishment. I have no clue where it will go from here, but just to put something out and know that I did it, it just feels amazing. So I'm so glad that you have me on the show, and I'm very grateful for my family for just encouraging me to do so, because we've talked a lot about my mother. She was the main one who said release it now. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for that push from her, and even from my siblings for always been encouraging, both my parents and my grandparents as well. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. Hands up, hands down for everything. I just think I'm just so proud of you. I mean, this has been a year or last 12 months of a lot of releases. Your brother released Champion, and he's done great with that, even winning an award. And you coming up, I'm like, look at Michael Jackson and Janet. But y'all are greater than the Jacksons. So you have that keyboard out for a reason. And I just wanted to say, as we end our time together, at least the live portion, that thank you so much for coming. Thank you for participating in the costume aspect. And it can seem so disjointed probably for some who are watching, but as we talk about even making a movie in support of something, say, like Anthony has written, like, great movies are broken down to great scenes, and great scenes, as a filmmaker myself, is broken down to great moments. Every movie, if you don't have a number of moments where you go, wow, ooh, then your movie is not a movie. At best, is just sort of, some people would say, lame storytelling. And sometimes that happens, sometimes that does happen. But so you saying freeze the moment and then coming on, I'm just like, oh, freeze the moment, you guys. Take pictures with your family. You don't have to post them on Facebook to help keep that moment. And enough good moments pieced together will help you through the hard times. Because no matter what we try to do, hard times also come. It's a part of life. So I'm going to let you take it away. In fact, I'm going to do something that I rarely ever do. I'm going to get off the screen and let you take it away. And when you're done, then I'll come back to say bye and play your song. So, oh my goodness, you got a lot of shout outs. Your grandmother is proud of you.
Yay. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you for sharing your gift. Such a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Miss Cianna, take it away.
Thank you all so much for joining in on the hopeMORE's show. I'm so glad that I'm here to share a little bit with you. I do want to let you know that you can find my new single, Freeze the Moment, on all music streaming platforms, major platforms, including Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, and even Spotify. I'm just going to sing a little bit for you, but I hope that you go out there and you get that music and support. And thank you so much. And for this holiday season, can we just freeze like this? Soak up the kiss and hug a little while longer. Stay right here and feel all the love and joy in this moment. Freeze like this. I don't want to miss a second of this. Can we just stay right here? Lord, please freeze the moment. Time don't take it. No, time don't take it. Just freeze the moment. Yeah. I don't want to leave whenever I am with you. I'll cherish the moment, whatever you want to do. I don't want to leave whenever I am with you. I'll cherish the moment, whatever you want to do. So can we just freeze like this? Soak up the kiss and hugs a little while longer. Stay right here and feel all the love and joy in this moment. Freeze like this. I don't want to miss a second of this. Can we just stay right here? Lord, please freeze the moment. Time don't take it now. Thank you and happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you so much, Cianna. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to have us uneven here. The part that makes, besides freeze the moment, that makes me just smile because I'm like, oh, I've never heard it saying that way. Is when it says, "Time don't take it." It like literally the first time I heard it, I started welling up.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
Time don't take it. I was like, I can just push repeat right there. I know it's more of, a dual holiday love song, but it's like that real love. Anybody, I could sing that to anybody.
Yeah.
And I could sing that to someone on their deathbed,
Yes.
And so it really does tear me up. Time don't take it. Well, you guys, I know you've enjoyed that. Whether you're watching live now or on replay, please hit us up. Tell us what you think of that song. Give Cianna some kudos so when she comes back and watches the replay, she sees it. And again, you can buy it wherever music is sold, correct? You can buy it wherever music is sold, and that's Spotify, iTunes, and I just need everybody to go. I want to see a direct increase of sales after this show. And we're going to do another replay. So you guys support Anthony Lamar White. We give him applause. Thank you for supporting Hope More. I really, really appreciate it. And so we are going to leave you, since we've already finished our little costumes, we're going to leave you with a wonderful rendition. And you guys, I'm sure there's a video forthcoming. You got to do a video to this. Some great videographer, go ahead and say, yes, I want to do a video to this. Because it's just, when I say time don't, it just makes, it actually makes me want to worship. So you can tell I'm such a church girl. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Love it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sing. You guys, most musicians can't sing live. They like, you get the part where they take everything out. But that was perfect. So, Cianna, if you can hold on for a second, I would love to tell you goodbye after I sign off. And so I'm going to say wave and goodbye. So you guys, I love you. Merry Christmas. Next week, we're going to have Hope her favorite things. Yes, I'm doing it after Christmas during Kwanzaa because I am often that New Year's gift person. I give my godchildren gifts at New Year's. Why? Because typically by Christmas, I have no energy to go shopping. So we're going to do Hope for favorite things next week. So be here 5:30, the last show of 2021. Love you so much, and I mean it. Remember, it's the Jesus for me. Is it Jesus for you in this Christmas season? And so as the song plays, I'm also going to put up again some just information, remind you of the show the show and websites and stuff involving some of our guests today. Do you have a website, Cianna, yet?
That's forthcoming.
Well, then tell people how they can follow you if you want it at all. Like, it's fine. We know that I'm just going to have you back on the show because I know you have, thank you. I know you have an album 2, 3 in your belly. So that's fine. If you guys reach out, if any of the show people reach out to me on Hope More, I'll definitely give you information how you can contact her. And if you're nice enough, she may add you as a friend on Facebook. But do you have any other information you want to leave with them regarding contact?
Yeah, so just stay tuned. I will be posting updates with my journey. So the new single release, you can definitely contact me on the Facebook page. My name is Cianna Reaves. You can also find me on Instagram at Cianna Reaves. So if you are looking for updates and want to just keep in touch, follow me to make sure that you are up on the latest music that I'm going to be releasing to come. Just make sure that you reach out to me on those Facebook posts and also on Instagram. And thank you so much, Hope. I really appreciate this.
No, I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. I love the Reeves family. I mean, we are family. All right, sweetie. So we're about to play. I'm like pushing buttons and I want to make sure I get the right button. All right, you guys. Y'all ain't ready, but get ready. Freeze the moment.
Can we just freeze like this? Soak up the kiss and hugs a little.
Sorry.
Can we just freeze like this? Soak up the kiss and hugs a little while longer. Stay right here and feel all the love and joy in this moment. Freeze like this. I don't want to miss a second of this. Can we just stay right here? Lord, please freeze the moment. Time don't take it. Time don't take it. Freeze the moment. It's the way you laugh, the way you smile. I love the way you smile. The way I feel when you're around. To hold your hand or wipe the tears when you cry. I don't wanna let this moment pass me by. So can we freeze like this? Soak up the kiss and hugs a little while longer. Stay right here. Feel all the love and joy in this moment. Freeze like this. I don't want to miss a second of this. Can we just stay right here? Lord, please freeze the moment. Time don't take it. Time don't take it. Freeze the moment. I don't wanna leave whenever I am with you. I cherish the moment, whatever you wanna do. I don't wanna leave whenever I am with you. I cherish the moment, whatever you want to do. Can we just freeze this? Soak up the kiss and hugs a little while longer. Stay right here and feel all the love and joy in this moment. Freeze like this. I don't want to miss a second of this. Can we just stay right here? Lord, please freeze the moment. Time don't take it. Time don't take it. Freeze the moment. Freeze the moment. Time don't take it. Time don't take it. Freeze the moment.